Hey, welcome to the show. It is me, your girl, Laborly, aka Cat Lee, and I've now tuned into Ambitiously the podcast. Yes, you have tuned into Ambitiously the podcast. Um, we are here to entertain you, but we are here to keep it 100% in everything that we give you. Transparency is a very important thing to us. So I needed to say that because today we are gonna get back into this big U case, and today, today, don't know why that had music behind it, but whatever. Today is the wiretap. That's crazy. I never even realized maybe that was the second one. But today is the wiretap. Today is the day that we get into these cases that we get. I'm gonna put that on the screen. That'll make me feel better. Today is the day that we get into these cases. Today's case, or the case that we've been covering lately, is this Big U situation. His indictment. When that indictment came down, I was able to get it immediately. This indictment takes place in California. We'll get more into that in a minute. But first, there's some things that I have to say before we get into any of that. Also, y'all, we got a new country alert, so I'm excited about that too. But we'll get to that in a few minutes. A few things that I need to say before we even get started, which is join the conversation. You could do that by calling in. The number is 443-551-5963. Again, the number is 443-551-5963. Note that if you call in, you will be live on air. Everybody will be able to hear you. If you shoot a text, the number is the same number. And if you drop a comment or send a text, I will read that out loud, and all comments that are dropped will be on the screen, like you see our information on the screen as well. So, yeah. If you want to talk to us about anything, and I do mean anything at all, contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. And we also have made it real easy for you if you're a Gmail type of person. ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Okay. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com. I don't know, I didn't put the dot in there, but that's what it's supposed to say. Hold on, I'm about to edit that. Y'all know I can't let that rock. Hold on. All right, fixed it. But that look crazy on my screen. www.ambitiouslyent.com. www.ambitiouslyent.com. Check it out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, and every subscription that we can get. We appreciate those so much because it is a free way for you to support this show. And the more support we get, the more we're able to do. And I would like to do so much more other than what we already do. So it is what it is. But just do those things. I'm going to put the number back on the screen just in case somebody wants to send a text message or call in. Okay. I think we've covered all that. Now we're waiting for our partner and good. Let me check my email and make sure I didn't miss anything. He might be running a little bit behind, but y'all know how I do, especially on these case days. He might be a little late. So I will get started before he has the chance to get in there. Oh, no, he in the building. Never mind. He is here. Woo! Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad, Doc. I'm going crazy over here. My bad. Let me know when you're ready and I'll bring you in. All right, you ready? Okay. All right, so I know you can hear me because you just gave me a thumbs up, so thanks. Thanks. Let me bring Doc in the building so we can get into the things that we need to get into this evening. So much. We're going to try to make light of some of the craziness, but some things you just can't make light of. But let me bring him in. Doc, baby. Can you hear me? Can we hear you? What's going on? No, I can't hear you, babe.
Can you hear
Hold
me
on.
now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Oh,
I'm like, what the hell is going on? I can't hear you. What the hell is happening? Uh,
nah. Nah, I don't. I always got. What I'm trying to do now is make sure I restart my laptop before I log in because I notice it doesn't act like it doesn't want to pick up my microphone or my camera for some reason.
oh, okay. I could dig it. I could dig it. Listen, you
Yes,
know what time, you know what day it is.
yes, we do.
We know what day it is. Couple of things. Eventually, when we get to the love notes, we do have a new country. I'm very excited about this one.
Okay, let's go.
You know, I'm all here. We are here for the improvement of this podcast and what we can do to make it better. So, anytime we get a new country, it's exciting. I got a new book. My
A
sister
new
gave
book.
it to me. The Art of War, Sun Tzu.
Okay,
Yeah. So you know the library is getting it's popping. Stop.
okay.
I
New
almost
books, new countries,
yeah
worldwide.
yeah. The library is popping over here, so I'm a little excited about that too. Y'all know how I feel about my books. I'm still, by the way, renting out a few books. Just in,
Librarian Cat is in the building.
yeah, just in case you need them. Got a few books that you can rent out. I'm not renting out those two books just yet because one, this is a 504-page book. There's no way I'm running through this book that fast, right?
Mm-mm.
And then this is a brand new book, so y'all can't rent this one out yet either. It is what it is. So yeah. So those are the things that's going on. I didn't get rescued today, but I did not get my full 8 because my brother, you know, the one I stole War Report from,
Mm.
wound up showing up and I wound up cooking him breakfast. This is why he's never going to get that CD back. Because I done
Okay.
cooked him way too many meals.
I'm just hearing War Report, The Art of War. My mind is like, what's going on? What's going on?
And at the end, you're going to hear some more about war. This is very important to remember. The war is the most important part of any situation, any kingdom. There's always war. But yeah, that's why he's never getting the CD back because
Because.
I have made that man a many and plenty of meals,
Okay.
and so I felt like I paid for the CD already. He's never getting it back.
Okay. That's a way to look at it then. All right. Then.
Yeah, I done made dinners, breakfasts, lunches, brunches. No, he's never getting it back. I love him, but he's never getting it back. I put in hard-earned labor for that CD.
I hope you still bumping it then, with scratches and skips and all.
Well, no, that's going in my little casing. When as soon as the frames get here, that's going in my little casings, and they're gonna go back on the wall.
Okay.
But I still listen to the album. Yeah, I was like, hot album. Why wouldn't I? But anyway, yeah. Today is the wiretap. Today we are gonna get into some things because apparently Big U has been out here wreaking havoc. Let them tell it.
Mm.
So we got to talk about it. Last we spoke, we had just gotten to 18, number 18 on page 15.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to pick back up right there. I'm afraid because I know some of what's in this case and what they're alleging. And one of the things I really hope is not true, but it could be because we're talking about you, Big U. So it's possible. Well, two things that I say I hope is not true, but one of them they said they got whatever. We'll get to that. Y'all understand why I feel the way I feel in a few. But I shall start. So we're starting at 18. Henley, Robinson, and Martin, and other members and associates of the Big U Enterprise. I love when they put that word in there, enterprise. Conducted and participated in the conduct of affairs of the Big U Enterprise through the following means, methods, among others. First of all, I'm going to just stop before I get into these these means. And why I love the word enterprise, because it makes it sound less criminal when it comes to these street politics. Because they could be like a gang, but they never say a gang. They always say enterprise. They have to say enterprise in order to make it a RICO situation. But it makes it sound better than the Big U gang. It's like, why would it be that? Let's go with enterprise. That sounds more professional. Okay. So I like the word enterprise when it comes to RICO cases. I don't know why. Don't judge me. I just do. But anyway, members and associates of the Big U enterprise committed. See how that just rolls off my tongue? Enterprise. Enterprise committed and conspired, attempted and threatened to commit acts of violence, including murder, armed assault, robberies, extortion, acts of intimidation, and threats of violence to generate income, create an atmosphere of fear, protect and expand the Big U enterprises' reputation for violence, and expand the Big U enterprises' criminal operations. Now, I got some stuff that I'm going to pull up, but yeah. You got B, babe, B and C.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, members and associates of the Big U enterprise use Henley's history and reputation, including his connections to the violent Rolling 60 street gang, to tout the Big U enterprise reputation for violence and that the Big U enterprise controlled, in quotes, Los Angeles.
They said they were walking off of that mug. Oh, all right, go ahead.
So, as part of the Big U Enterprise's purported control of Los Angeles, individuals, including professional athletes, musicians, and others, intending to conduct certain types of business in Los Angeles, including both legitimate business and illicit criminal conduct, were required to, quote, check in. Y'all know what checking in is. With Henley prior to traveling to Los Angeles or engaging in certain activities to obtain protection from the Big U Enterprise while in Los Angeles. Henley hosted a podcast titled Check In. That's kind of too much on the nose for real though, but and it's even spelled too much on the nose.
And I quote.
Yeah. I'm gonna come back to that because they even got a footnote. I want to see the footnote for this, but all right. So the opening theme song of which explained when you hop off the plane, check in. Penthouse suite, check in. When your feet hit the street, check in. Because if not, shit get hot. You better check in. The check in included both a payment to Big U Enterprise as well as requesting permission from Henley to conduct certain activities, including acts of violence that were sanctioned by the Big U Enterprise. As Henley described in a documentary film that he produced about his life titled Hip Hop Uncovered, quote, if I don't pick up the phone, that means death for somebody, end quote. As Henley stated in the Nothing to Something podcast, you got to check in. You could choose not to, and it's going to be a problem. This is in bold in this document. If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences.
And I want to play something to the note of that real quick. Hold on. Let me get it real quick. It's gonna be real quick. I'm not gonna take forever with this, but okay. We'll do it over here. I'm gonna play it on here because in that way I won't get in trouble for any. We're just gonna listen. We're not gonna watch. But what we're about to hear is actually Big U, basically saying all the things that we just heard. Our wonderful, wonderful partner in good talk about. And let me know if y'all should be able to hear this though. But let's listen to this. Let's see what we can hear. Let me know if y'all can hear. Y'all should be able to though. Listen, let me get in. It's me. Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Because
Do you want me
sometimes
to?
they be making me do too much, and I'll be like, it's me. Let me in. Dag nabbit, now I gotta do all of this and I'll be prepared for stuff. I don't want to have to do it on the computer because I really don't want to show it. I just want us to listen to it. Okay, you know what? Computer it is. I don't have time for this crap.
Do you want me to talk about the footnote for the check-in title of the podcast?
Yeah. Let me get this together.
So the check-in of the check-in title of the podcast, title check-in, is spelled CHECC apostrophe N space IN. That's the end quote. So if you are somewhat aware of anything with gang culture, you know certain letters, certain colors, and certain things mean certain things. So you can't use all these things when you are particularly on one side or the other of anything. So the check-in title in the podcast, even though it's kind of on the nose with the whole check-in part, they have a footnote next to this. So I'm going to read the footnote while Kat gets the other thing set up.
Yeah.
So this says, based on my training and experience, I know that members of Crip affiliated gangs do not use the letter CK together because members of their rival blood affiliate gang use CK to refer to as Crip killer. Therefore, Crip gang members often replace CK with CC.
All right, I'm just waiting for this code to come through because I forgot I never logged in on there. Here we go. On there, on this particular monitor.
And I can finish out C right quick too.
Wait, one second. Let me know because it ain't even gonna take me that long. I just need to put a code in, and I don't want to go too far ahead because this has very much everything to do with everything we talking about. So I want to keep focused. All right, now we good. Now let's do it with what I came here to do. All right. Oh, dang nabbit. All right. Yeah. So this clip that I'm about to play, I didn't want to play it for real, but at this point, I don't really have a choice because they don't want me to. All right, let me stop this for 2 seconds. They don't want me to play it on my phone, so whatever. Let's just say share the screen real quick. Share the media. It's so much, and the crazy part is that like he almost gave them the ammo low key. This is why this clip is very important because he almost gave them the ammo low key to do the things that like he helped them out. Really, to be honest, he helped them out. Wait, that's not the one I wanted. He really basically helped them out, and it's unfortunate because now we are in the situation. All right, there we go. Now we in the situation where we like, what the hell? What the hell? All right, I'm about to play this clip real quick. It's a real quick clip. That's why I didn't want to speed past or keep going. I know what I wanted to do.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well.
check your ass out. We gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check it all of your equipment. We gonna check it all movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well.
check your ass out. We gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check it all of your equipment.
So basically, he made their jobs very much easy for them. Like, very much easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're on camera saying these type of things. I wanted to play that because that is a part of the check-in. What he's saying, what they're saying is what he initially said before this even came to fruition. Now you want to continue?
Oh yeah. So yeah, the last thing that I said was that's in bold is if you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences. As y'all can see in that clip, that's kind of what he's reinforces. This is the rest of what he said. You feel like you got something bigger than what's there, and that's not checking in is basically an act of war. Oh, here we go. Dot 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 4 dots, not three, but four. It it ain't not one human being who not going to check in, and
Like,
that's the end of that. I will say this, and to amplify everything, the problem that I always understood what how my acknowledgement of enterprising individuals who may not be doing it legally.
mm-hmm.
It's that you have to play this thing of keeping it real, but keeping it real means keeping it the way that when you don't keep it legal, is going to always get you caught.
It
You
is.
you can keep it as real as you want, but that's the same thing that's going to get you caught because you kept it real.
But
So,
let me say this from a street standpoint, real quick: is this you got two choices when it comes to these streets. You
mhm,
can fake like you really that ninja, or you could really be that ninja. You
mhm,
really want to be that ninja. You don't want to fake. Can I cuss now?
yeah,
You don't want to fake shit when
understood.
it comes to these streets. So yeah, they know what it is, but they also know what kind of life that they live. They know that
Mhm,
they in the streets, so they know what comes with being in the streets. So they know that eventually it could be their downfall. But the way they look at it is not like, oh, maybe I should stop so that won't be my downfall. They look at it like, well, shit, the fuck is probably gonna be my downfall anyway, so I should be the best that the fuck I am. A
okay,
fucking thug ass nigga. A fucking
okay,
criminal. They not looking at those things. This is why most men who are in who are in that's in that life already know what the consequences are. Big, you know what the consequences are. You know why he know what the consequences are? Because he already did.
yeah,
He already knows what comes along with it. He already was in prison.
yeah. So
Now he's gonna
also,
be there for the rest of his life, but he was already in prison at one point in time. You feel me? So he knows the consequences that come with his actions.
and that's one of the things that kind of is like, damn it, because it's like, oh, so yeah, you are not rehabilitated. We cannot rehabilitate you. The people you associate with, if we even think that they possibly got rehabilitated, you still give us an example that no matter what we do, you still know that the end is this potentially.
You know what I love? Because this is a whole nother case I'm about to bring into this case. But the one thing that I loved about within that Young Thug case is that what he said, I would have told y'all anything if it was going to get me out of trouble. Same thing applies when it comes to going to prison and sitting in front of the parole board or probation,
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. I mean, well, you in prison is the parole board.
Oh, you talking about old dude? What's the name? Woody.
Yeah, but he didn't tell no lies because a nigga will say anything to get out of the situation. So if by chance y'all write a statement and y'all tell me I gotta sign a statement and agree to that statement in order for me to go home, you think I'm not going to agree to that? Of course, because I want to go home. That's what niggas do. So unfortunately, it is unfortunate for others. And it depends on the state you live in too, because
Hmm.
you might can get away with that in some states. And in other states, you could really mean that shit, and they wouldn't give a fuck anyway.
Hmm.
Whether you like really mean that shit, like you've really been rehabilitated, they don't give a shit anyway. They just gonna keep you in prison anyway because they want to see that's where they want your black behind at.
And
So
that's a whole nother angle to it. It's like, but
this whole like, well, it's fucking it up. No, it's gonna be fucked up anyway because you're black in America.
that part
Point
is
blank
true.
and simple.
That part is no. That part is you're saying everything that's the truth.
And
It's
if
just
you go
that
to prison and you got to do a bid, and you just so happen to get, and that's crazy because I used to work in parole and probation, and you just so happen to get the option of parole. Now you got to give this heartfelt speech about why they should parole you. You know what I'm saying? And whether you telling the truth or not about your rehabilitation, depending on the state, they'll keep your black ass in there anyway. So you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And then when you come out of there, what do you got left? The only person that still get a job being a convicted felon is Orange Face.
facts.
He the only one. After you leave there, what do you do after you leave there? You go work at McDonald's? That's not going to pay the bills, especially when you're trying to take care of your family. You go work at KFC, that's not going to pay the bills. You're working for minimum wage. You could get in a position, because I know a few felons that came home from prison and got real good jobs. But I'm going to be honest with you, the few that I know that did that, either had it lined up before they went, like they already had worked their job before and they still got, a little plug.
Connections.
Yeah. But what do you get after you come out of there? Shit. So now you're struggling, trying to make ends meet, trying to figure out how you're going to make your next dollar. What's the available option? To
And
fuck
this,
the streets. Because you
yeah.
know you're going to get money there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some consequences to this shit, but you know you're going to get money there and you know you're going to be able to feed your fucking family.
Yeah, but that's also down south slang, which it's more than just down south slang, but that's why it's called the trap. Once you get in it, you ain't getting out in no short term, long term, either
Now,
way.
that ain't no down south slang. That's an everywhere slang. Everybody call it the trap, babe.
With the system of it, that's you in the trap. Now you just that trapped.
It's always the trap. Everywhere you go,
Yep.
no matter what part of the country you're in, it's always the trap.
So I
You're
just
always in
I fully get that part, but my thing with it is like it and I'm sorry, I'm a person I think of more in group text. Like, yeah, so no matter what, you done made it bad for some. There's probably somebody's like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this no more. But they be like, no, we just had this case. We thought
But
that dude was doing good for his community, but
half the niggas that go to prison say, I'm not gonna do this shit no more. They don't make the decision in prison that I'm getting ready to go back out and do all the same shit I was doing. I just explained what the scenario be.
mm-hmm.
It be I'm a federal. I'm a criminal. I'm not even. I'm not. The only person that gets away with that is Orange Face. I'm a criminal. Half these people look at me like I'm crazy because of my prior
Mm-hmm.
existence. So it's very hard for me to get a job, a good job that pays well. I'm trying to work this job. Most of them don't come home instantly saying that I'm about to go back out there and break the law. Again, I'm a girl of, I'm a worldly girl. I'm a girl of the world.
Okay,
But
okay.
I'm from Baltimore City. Most of the men that I know from Baltimore City have been to prison.
Okay.
You feel me? I dealt with some L7s. Don't get it twisted.
Just because they didn't go to prison, all right.
No,
I'm listening. I'm
no,
listening to you.
that's not why. Because they were on a straight and narrow. That makes them an L7.
Yeah.
It's not just because they didn't go to prison, but that's what we call them. The straight leg, the straight lace dude who going to try to do all the right things. Listen, I married an L7. And the police is still looking for him as we speak.
Damn, that took a swift turn.
He was a Marine.
Okay. No, I'm just saying that took a left turn quick.
That's what I'm saying. So that's not it. That's not what it is. Nobody goes to prison and then comes home like, I'm just getting ready to go back because I want to go back to prison. That's not how that works. What happens is usually, now, like I said, I've had a few people who did a few bits in prison. They came home. They were able to get decent enough jobs where they can survive and maintain. But then there's the few that I know who've gone to prison for 10 years or plus, come home, and it's impossible for them to get a job.
Yeah, the world is different. Especially, look, every 5 years the world's gonna change. So yeah, I understand that. I fully understand that.
And so nobody goes to prison and be like, you know what? When I get out of it, I'm going to break the law again. No, prison is just a school. I hate to go back to my high school, but I call that pre-prison.
I remember. I remember.
It's a school. Look, speaking of my school, um,
Speaking of your free prison.
what I'm saying. All right, so this is an example of what I'm saying. I've dealt with all types of men. You feel
Okay.
me? This person that just sent me a message, he works for a very prominent company. He has a very cushy job. Never been to prison, none of that. It was my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
So that we
Look, you didn't spill them up.
my high school sweetheart. We haven't rocked with each other like that in years, but we still cordial. We still, cool with each other. I feel some kind of way. I'm gonna just say Tiffany's, and he'll understand that eventually. But well, he know why. But you gotta look at his own life and be like, yep, I understand why she feels some kind of way about Tiffany's. But very nice job. Never been to prison. Never been in trouble. He didn't have to worry about those things because he went the straight and narrow path. But that's not the case for a lot of men. You feel me? That I know in my city.
Mhm.
And then a lot of them get caught up because one thing about Baltimore City is they was going to make their quota. That was the most important thing to them. They had lock a nigga up, plant some shit on him, nigga be in jail for shit that he didn't even do. But
Yeah.
now he got this charge. He got this criminal background now, and now he come out into the world and he's trying to find a job. Again, can't find a job that's gonna pay him enough to take care of his family, take care of himself. And so then he goes to the streets because that's more profitable. But they set it up that way so that you can be in prison. So, and then don't let you be in the gang.
Yeah, that's extras.
They can't wait. They can't wait to lock you up. So I don't think that's how initially, and I think maybe even when he started that non-for-profit, he had good intentions, but then all the street politics came back into it, and it don't help that he a gang member. But let's get to it. While members and associates of the Big U Enterprise use Henley's and Big U Enterprise's history and reputation to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation, Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy. See what I'm saying? For the Big U Enterprise by promoting himself as a reformed gang member, focused on bettering his community through purported nonprofit organization he founded, such as organizations such as developing options and by soliciting donations from celebrities and grants from the government and foundations to these charitable organizations. In actuality, Henley and other members and associates of the Big U Enterprises uses the non-for-profit entities to enrich and further the objective of Big U Enterprises, including embezzling funds meant as charitable donations for the non-for-profit entities or nonprofit entities, using the nonprofit entities to fraudulently, I couldn't get that out, apply for government assistance and loans, and using the non-for-profit entities to falsely employ, to falsify employment and financial records to personally benefit members and associates of the Big U Enterprises. I feel some kind of way with that about that particular thing, and then I'm gonna get to we can keep it moving. But how do you know? See, this is the thing too. I hate about this whole court thing because maybe he didn't falsify that they worked for the enterprise. You feel me? They just didn't go about running the enterprise in the proper way. But
That's pretty true.
maybe he started the nonprofit to give them an avenue, to give them jobs. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then it just went live because all of them gang members. If that
Yeah.
makes, I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, it makes sense because this is also I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. There's also a thing like no, if you get a group of people that kind of have the same mindset about a bunch of stuff, that bunch of stuff is probably gonna be the same mindset. Even if that one person saying, "No, we running this, we got this." Yeah, go do your shake hands, talk to the politicians, get us these loans, get us these grants. But if
and we
even
going
behind the scenes,
I mean, we going to run the organization and we going to do some good for the hood. But then it changed to we outside.
hey, wait, what you mean? I can buy a Mercedes Benz and I can list it as the government, or not the government, but because I'm thinking, but I can list it as my business vehicle,
And they say I need a job, and he just
right? To give you a job.
it don't even have
Yeah.
to be bands. It's like I'm on probation. They said the only way I could stay out of prison
If
is if
I
I have a job.
and all right, here's your ESN number. You on payroll now?
Right. But they might, and then it could be that they really did work, but then they brought the gang activity in. And I'm going to give an example of that. Um, it was an organization. Well, I don't know if they still open for business because they had similar kind of issues here in Baltimore. It's an organization called Safe Streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And initially, all these people who worked for this organization and were a part of this organization, they were previous criminals with the intention to clean up the community and make it a safer environment for Baltimore City. But there were still gang members within the organizations. And they were still people who were still tied into the streets within the organization to the point that they had to start probing that motherfucker to find out who's really, you know me,
Mm-hmm.
about the Safe Streets business because they was getting grants and loans and shit like that. Same thing. You feel me? But then they started raiding these motherfuckers because it was gang members in there. And it was that could be like the same situation, but because he's in charge of the whole
Mm-hmm.
shebang, he's gonna take the brunt of whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's almost like the clips you played. It was the funniest thing because in my head, I'm like, if you're supposed to be the good front face, have somebody else say that for you.
Right.
And also, if you in charge, have somebody else say that for you.
You don't say it, fool.
Yeah, but I'm like,
That's why
how?
the clip was so important. I told you I was gonna have a few clips that I wanted to play with him talking because if you don't understand this case, just watching them type of things will help you help these things resonate.
Yeah.
They'll help you understand why they were able to write this indictment the way they were able to write this indictment.
But it's also to me too because he is the one. It's like I am the I am in charge, so I have to say these things. All right, but you also know that you're supposed to be the positive face that when you go to the mayor's office and you go to there could be two sides of the coin. You the front face. It's like how they make the movies. There's the bad good person and the good bad person. You
It's
want to be. He want to play
always
both.
somebody who is the face of the situation.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like for example, when the mob started opening up the casinos in Vegas and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
they had certain people that were in charge and in front of the cameras and talking the shit because they couldn't.
Yes.
You feel me? Um, so they never were like in front of the matter of fact, that was a fucking sin for them to be in front of the cameras and that's partially why they killed Benny Siegel. Because he was getting to big for his britches, and he spent a lot of their money just to build a flamingo. Just to find out that the flamingo would later be a popular destination in Las Vegas, by the way. But he was getting too big for his britches as far as being in the limelight. That was not accepted. I think that the thing is, when it comes to those type of organizations versus the melanated kind of organizations, is niggas be wanting to be in front all the time. They want to be the face. They want to be seen. They want people to know that they are in charge. And
Sadly.
and that's what gets them in trouble.
Okay,
It's
I
not,
100% agree.
I mean, the crimes alone will get you in trouble. But if nobody knows that you are the person behind all of these things, how can you get in trouble? And the problem is, Big U was the face for all of these things. He was in front of the camera. He was on camera talking about checking in constantly.
I said he wanted to be the big man. And I don't know if it had to do with ego, selfishness, or just I need to make sure I'm protecting my reputation. Because, like you say, if you're gonna be real, you got to be real. So,
Right.
but that's what I was saying. That same realness is why they can say, "Yep, we have you actually said this, dude. Is this look this you?"
We got you on camera saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're on camera saying it. So that, I think that was a lot of his demise right there. Is just the fact that he had to be in front of the camera. And it's not even just that he had to be in front of the camera. It was like the things that he decided to say in front of the camera. Because if he would have just stuck to the non-profit, why is my dogs outside at this hour of the night? My sister need to get them, but because I'm hearing them bark, they don't play about this. You walk past this house right here, they on your back, especially the black one. You know who the black one is.
Yeah,
I don't need to mention her name.
he's the only one that's free right now.
Yeah, she's the only one I got. One of them chicks that I got free, but they just go ham, and so you better not be walking through my neighborhood. No. It get ugly, but they outside. That's why I was looking around like, what the hell? Because this time of night they usually don't be outside, but whatever. Okay, she calling them. I could hear whistling. But anyway, so I could hear a lot going on. I survey my I'm like the top flight security around here. But anyway,
I did want to laugh about that because did you catch in the clip? He did say top flight.
Yeah, I'm the
I was
top.
like, man, it would ruin my shit.
Right. I'm the top flight security of my household, so I'll be hearing everything. Like, okay, but yeah. The problem was the things that he chose to say, because he could have kept it just cool and copacetic. Listen, I'm a reformed gangster. Now I focus on developing the neighborhoods of California, of LA. And even if he was doing all them extra things like extortion and things like that, nobody would have known had it not been a lot of chatty patties running around, including himself.
Look, I will say this. You made a podcast, my guy. You made a podcast and you titled it.
Oh, they was checking in, all right.
Look, if you make a podcast, you own a podcast, you do a podcast, you want to talk. And people love spicy talk, exciting talk. But you can't be the person on it, doing it, and then that's
they
it.
checked in, all right. The federal government checked in. Listen, I hate to keep bringing him up, but I like this dude because he is the type of L7 I love, Josh Johnson, because he did a stand up, and in that he was saying he was talking,
That's my comedian dude. He funny as hell.
That's my dude right there. But he was talking about Diddy and Diddy's indictment, and he was talking about how famous Diddy thought he really was, but he was saying but Now you got to go up against the most famous of the famous, which is the United States federal government.
Facts.
Who is more famous than them?
Everybody know them.
Yeah, everybody know them. And then on top of that, if you think you got money, you forget they can freeze your account.
Yeah.
You had money, you don't have money now because we froze your account. Or you killed such and such. Well, we killed. They could just be like, we
That's the
killed
half the part that
Bin
people don't even know.
Laden. We killed Saddam. We killed Osama bin Laden. Who's bigger than them? So now you talking about you out here telling everybody they need to check in. Well, they checked in.
Hey, look, do it this way because there's always this thing where America is a gang. America is a gang.
The biggest gang there is.
And just this is what basically happened. You as your big gang leader status met a bigger gang leader in their status.
Listen, the first article I ever wrote was called "The Real Wire," the Real Baltimore Wire. Right? That was my first paid article. Right? And the one thing the first paragraphs that I started with is that just Baltimore City Police, I hadn't even gotten to the rest of the world because she just wanted the basis of what the editor wanted. She wanted me to talk about this city. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I said in there is like the Baltimore City Police is one of the biggest gangs. They keep talking about we got gangs. We didn't start with gangs. We was just a bunch of niggas that hung together. But if we want to talk about who the gangs were, since we want to go there, it was the Baltimore City Police Department. It wasn't us. It was them. So now we taking it out of the city and we taking it a few steps further. We talk about the whole government.
Yeah.
Federal government.
Yeah. They can do what they want. They're extremely good at it. Everything. This is the funny part. Everything that he did in this case, the government can do.
Yeah.
You may not know that, but they can do that.
They can do legally.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
So no, it is funny the way you put it. Like, yeah. So hey, check in. Guess who checked in?
They checked in, all right.
Big Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Big Uncle Sam checked in and said, "What up, though?"
Like Big Sam and this bitch.
Yeah. Big Uncle Sam said, "What up, Lo?"
And he walked on y'all real quick with his red, white, and blue on. He got all the gang colors on.
Think about that. That's crazy.
He got all the gang colors on. He got the red and the blue and the white.
You big you, I'm Big Unc. I'm Big Unc. Red, white, and blue.
You feel me? Can't beat Big Unc. Can't beat him.
Look. Kendrick was probably trying to give y'all. No, let me stop.
He was.
No, I'm just joking. I'm just making up shit now.
Nah, that nigga was dropping some Easter eggs. It's up to you to catch them bitches, though. Rock said, Doc like to drink. Doc like to smoke.
Like to mix what with my Coke?
What? Y'all crazy.
Hey, shout out to the bar. Shout out to the rap lyrics. Shout out to the rock.
I got time today, but yeah, Big Sam coming through. And he walking on you with his red, white, and blue. Don't play with Big Sam.
No, you dropped the bar too? Let's get it.
Bars. Ow. I ain't even do that. Sometimes I do that unintentionally. My daughter be getting mad, like, really? Because I always be like, bars.
Bars? Let them know. But look, between the auto war, the bars, yeah, this, even where we are at this point, it's like you as the person of the fronting of the, because government does it too. They'll give you programs to help you, but then they still can do things on the back end side. Right. I mean, you just ran into a bigger gang member.
They do it and they can get away with it because it's legal when they do it. It's cool when they do it.
It's a problem when I do it.
Fuck them. You can't do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're melanated, you're not allowed to do what they do. Yeah. But niggas be trying. But they forget about, you know what I mean, that boy Sam.
My only question is, like, I would really love to ask and be like, all jokes aside, you have to tell me the truth. Was your full intent to do something positive? I would want to know that for real. Like,
unfortunately, that's a question we'll never get to ask him.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I would love to ask that question myself. Like, if that was your intention initially, then I could rock with that. But look what happened.
Yeah, and that's the
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of what's going on in this case, because you said this already, and I'm just reiterating what you said. A lot of what's happening with him was ego. And I'm
and
gonna just fast forward. We're gonna get to that eventually,
okay.
but I'm gonna fast forward with a couple of examples of the ego.
Okay.
His beef with Nip.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about that because Nipsey is a part of this case. His beef with Nipsey, ego. His beef with the little young dude out in Vegas who lost his life, and the reason supposedly allegedly why he lost his life was use ego. You know what I'm saying? So, child, 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 child. But you can't beat that gang. Not the red, white, and blues.
Not them.
You can't beat them. You can try, but you can't beat them, unfortunately. You just
And there's
can't.
been people that tried it and almost got kind of close, but nah.
Nah. Then they took them out.
Yeah.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, even the people that they felt like were siding with the people that was trying to take them down. The fucking Black Panthers. Even I even give the fucking Kennedy brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I even give them. They ain't like them because they was Irish. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
It can be so much, but yeah, that is. We know what it is. We know what it is. If you know what it is, you know what it is. And if you can learn either way, you can learn the easy way, you can learn the hard way. But
and I
there's
need
things that
niggas to stop learning the hard way. That's what I really need, though. That's what I really need niggas to stop trying to learn the hard way. Like, because it don't get you nothing. It gets you this.
or worse.
Or worse. Or you just not here no more. But it gets you this. And that ain't the answer to how you fight Sam and them. That's what
Yeah.
I'm start calling the government. Sam and them. And them. Sam and them, you can't fight them like that. And especially not getting PPP loans. You taking a bread. He had to have known they was coming back for that though.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's
Well,
different. Sam and them so deep, they got different factions within
yeah.
their thing. They got the IRS, they got Homeland Security, they got the
DEA,
FBI, the,
ATF.
the regular police, the squad, the squad.
Yeah. Look, if you put it in perspective, Big Unc Sam, he can be like, "Oh no, I'm gonna let you deal with my little homies. That's just the LAPD. The little homies is just the LAPD to them."
Yeah, I'm gonna just send my little niggas to you real quick. You feel me? Like, I ain't even gonna use my big niggas on you real quick. Unless you got 50 million to spare that you feel like you can use for bail money, then I'm gonna send my other faction over there because they like rating people for stuff. So
So,
just the fact that he had 50 million that he could spare, like, all right, my bail, can I pay 50 million? But Big U ain't got no 50 million. So they just sent the LAPD over there.
Big U had LA on lock.
But he ain't had Diddy money. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had Diddy money. He didn't have $50 million to spare. Like, I could use this for bail money and put a house up for collateral and stay in the other house on home to he couldn't do that.
They
When
shut
they
it down.
went to him, they said he was on the run and he had to turn himself in. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't looking like how Diddy was. He wasn't hopping on no jacks. He wasn't running around. When they raided his house, it wasn't no couple of mansions getting raided. It was just this one house.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So if Diddy can't win, how you gonna win? And he had more disposable income than you.
Yeah, I mean that's the actual facts. But and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm thinking you're gonna move on. It's even levels to this, and if you can't even function at this level where they were getting some money in more than most people can think about, and Diddy couldn't even do it, and he was getting way more money in. What makes you think you can do this and you're just getting barely some decent K's in.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. If Diddy can pay $50 million for bail
Mm-hmm. And they
and put
said,
a mansion out for collateral and a jack and say, I'm going to stay in this apartment that I own here, how the fuck do you get past? You don't, because you ain't got it. He ain't even get past. He's still sitting in prison, in jail in Brooklyn. The worst jail in Brooklyn. The worst jail in Brooklyn. So how are you going to get... I don't know, Big U. I think you down for a long time, son. And we discuss this every time we get to these criminal type cases. The federal government has a high rate or rating or rate retention for locking y'all black asses up.
mm-hmm. Big facts.
They already won their case. They just going through the nitty gritties of what they have to do because it's in the Constitution of the United States, which is why I chose this book. This is a very important book. I feel like it's going to take you a long time to read it, but I feel like if you read it, you will understand a lot about this country. This book. That's why I wanted it, because there's a lot of things in here. You also found out that Alexander Hamilton really didn't like Thomas Jefferson, but it's a lot of sassiness in that book. I'm just gonna say it's a lot of sassy. Like, you could tell it was directed at him. Like, let me tell y'all something real quick. I'm paraphrasing because you know they ain't talk like this. But let me tell y'all something. This motherfucker kind of type shit. That's kind of type shit. I'm paraphrasing because we don't have long to be talking about how they talked back in the olden days in 1776 or 17. What year did they write this book? I want to say they wrote this book in 1787. My bad. So I was a little predicted, but 1787. They the wording was a lot longer. But at the end of the day, that book is a good read if you're gonna read anything, because that tell you how they got to all of this bullshit we in right now. All the shit that we deal with. And you got to remember, even reading this book, that they wasn't talking about us. We didn't even count.
Nope.
So imagine if we didn't count when they wrote this shit. We was not even considered a human being. We was like 1/3 of a human being. We were cattle. We were animals to them. So they wasn't talking about us at the time when this book was written. But it tell you about a lot about how they came up with the way that the government. This explains this shit in essence of why they're the biggest gang in the world. Why they like gang. Unc Sam and them. You feel me? That explains a lot. So I just stop thinking you can beat them at their own game. That's what I really... Stop thinking you can beat them at their own game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they set the game up so for you to lose. Basically. You can't beat them at their own game. Big U and whoever else that think you can beat them, you cannot. Try something else. Do something else. Get somebody else to do it. That's what he should have did. She should have just got somebody else to do it and just laid low. But now we here. Now we here. But it is time for the Love Notes. I'm so excited for the Love Notes. It's not tonight. I am, because we got a new country on the list. First, I want to show some live love. I know what you got to do, boo. Go handle your business. First, we got some live love, and I want to give the live love first because I love y'all. And not only is it live love, it's live love and replay love, right? But I love y'all. So I always want to make sure that I show y'all love too. So what I'm going to say is shout out to anybody who's watching from Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. I love you. We love you. Thank you for being here. We greatly appreciate all the love that you have to give. But it is time for the love notes. And plus it's trash day and we got to get to it. But it is time for the love notes. And what I will say is the love notes is something different. The love notes is our listening audience, which is our largest audience. I'm very proud of them. Very proud of them. Which is our largest portion of our audience. They're our listening audience, and they're amazing. They're loyal. They're dedicated. They come back. Listen, I might have to take a week off or something, and so I might not have a podcast posted for like a week. And I can come back the next week and post some more podcast episodes, and they're there. And so I love them so much, and I appreciate them so much. So I always try to make sure I show them love. Because they're not watching, they're just listening. They could watch if they wanted to, but they're not watching, they're just listening. But I appreciate however they take in this information that we giving them. So it is time for the love notes. What are the love notes? Well, how do we come up with the name love notes? I used to call it love. Doc used to call it show notes. I was never going to call it that. Just like my brother is never going to get that War Report CD back. And he was here today, and he still ain't get the CD back. That's how serious I am about it. But we used to bicker back and forth about what it was called, and eventually we came to the agreement that we would call it love notes, because what we realized is there's no love without compromise. So now we call it love notes, and I wouldn't want to change it for anything in this world at all. I would not, and I will not. But now, let me get to this love. I love y'all so much. Thank you. I love you. Okay, sorry. It's all love. Thank you for all of the love. Shout out to my top 6, the United States, the United Kingdom, India, China, Canada, Belgium, specifically Brussels. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the love. Oh my gosh, I adore you good. Oh my gosh, I adore you so much. Russia, Indonesia, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, Germany, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, and Kenya. Hi, babies. I love you. Oh, my goodness. There's so many people here. Pakistan, Romania, South Africa, Nigeria, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, Ireland, Nepal. I love you all. I feel like somebody missing, though. Mauritius, Israel, Hong Kong, France, Poland, no, they not missing. Tunisia, Venezuela, baby. The Czech Republic, specifically Prague. Portugal and Morocco, hi babies, thank you. Ghana, Finland, Cameroon, Lithuania, Sweden, Bangladesh, and Latvia. Hi, honeys, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of this list. I still feel like somebody's missing though, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna figure it out. Hungary, Greece, Denmark, Jamaica, Slovakia, Ukraine, Peru. Hi, boos, I love you too. Thank you for the love and loyalty. I love you guys so much. Oh, you guys are so adorable. Italy, and new to the list, Egypt, specifically Cairo. What up? Hey, y'all. Hey. My fellow Africans that don't swear they're not African, but whatever. Hi, Egypt. I'm so excited for that one right there. That one made my absolute day. I love it. I love it so much. I adore them. Thank you. That Egypt thing was like, whoa, what? Egypt is on the list now? What? It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Y'all, I gotta calm down. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. I gotta calm down. It's too exciting. Too exciting. We gotta get to what Doc has said real quick, though. We do. Doc has said, top flight, catch the vibes. Word to the wise. Big Uncle Sam don't need to check in. You might want to check in with him. I'm just saying. Yay. I'm just saying. He checked in, all right. He came through. Him and the crew. Don't play with Uncle Sam. Big Unc ain't playing with y'all ninjas. Y'all better get y'all lives together. Because he coming. I'm about to bring Doc back on the camera. He coming. Big Sam. Big Sam. Big Unc. Listen, did you hear that, Doc? We got Egypt on here.
Shout out to Egypt. Shout out to Egypt.
We got Egypt on here. I'm so specifically Cairo. I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
Mm, very. Yeah. Very excited about that. Doc has said, worldwide, don't think it is always a good plan to play with keeping it real in front of the cameras and mics. Um, it'll get real. Yeah. Ask Biggie.
Tough lessons.
Life lessons. Gotta learn them. Gotta learn them. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Niggas gotta check in. I will say that I don't care what city you go to, you gotta check in with the right people. Why? And again, it's not a well, in his case, I don't know if it was not a ego thing because I feel like it was an ego stroke. But initially, what the check-in is really supposed to be is you just making sure you were in the right environments, the right people,
Yeah.
so that no harm comes to you. But all that extra, so you better check in, or we gonna check you. That's crazy.
Because there's two sides to that. I understand that, hey, if I'm flying in your city, I'm checking in with you just to make sure, one, I'm with the right, like you said, I'm with the right people, right environment, we're having a good time. I don't
Right.
have no issues, or there ain't no line I'm going to cross that I'm not aware of. But then somewhere along the lines, it became, if you come in here, you have to check in now.
You don't have no choice. You gotta check in, or we're coming. Not even the other people, because that's what the check-in is supposed to be to save you
Mm-hmm.
from the other factions. But now, if you don't check in, we're coming to bring you home, and that's crazy right there. And that's why they got this ninja up here. And you want to be talking about you need to check in. Well, they checked in, and they checking you out, bruh. And that's what it is. Doc also has said, hit that like button, and you should. You absolutely should hit that button. Hit it so I can know you here and I can say hi. Drop a comment so I can know you here and I can say hi. And tune in, live show, radio show, and get the app. All that. All that. Listen, my name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message. Okay. I gotta get my campaign face together. Wait. My name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message.
Let's go.
And then it's supposed to be a
Nah, that means it's kind of shady there. That's the go-to bling.
oh fuck. Nah. That's that little spark. No gold tooth bling. That's the one that you get on TV. They don't be having a gold tooth bling. They just be like,
It, yeah, but I'm just,
listen, let's just go with what
okay.
my campaign is right now, which is,
Compromise.
yeah, my name is Kat Lee. And if you read in this message at the bottom of the screen, my name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message. Okay.
Bling.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to get my campaign together. It's a little rusty right now, but we're going to get it together eventually.
Right. Okay.
Eventually. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I just don't know, Doc. I don't. I just don't know. Like
I
I said,
mean,
I did my little dirt. I was outside. I did my little dirt. Not too much dirt, just enough that I was like, nah, that's not the life for me. I gotta get my life together. And then I flipped the script and I changed my life for the better. And now look, well, I'm not gonna say I'm doing all well, I don't know, because being a bookkeeper is not a bad thing. You feel
mm-hmm.
me? It's not a bad career choice. Being a podcaster is not necessarily a bad thing as long as you're not telling people that they gotta check in.
Bing, bling.
I don't think that I like considering what my life could have been. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that my life turned out too bad, and that's coming from the streets. And yeah, did I choose to be in the streets? I absolutely did. My parents didn't choose that for me. It's just the type of people that I was dealing with, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about too. Like a person could have a great home, a 2-parent household, or they could just have a mother that works hard and cares and wants to make sure that they have all of the, the good, or a father, because it could see single mothers and single fathers out here. But that doesn't necessarily dictate why they ran to the streets. And I think that's not always talked about either.
Yeah, that is one of the conversations that most people don't have, and then most people don't have the conversation, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
that when you are in that environment, whether either environment. Now, when I say environment, I don't mean negative. I'm like for the 2-parent household compared to the single parent household. When you're in
Mm-hmm.
that environment, it matters what you are seeing around you and how you react to it. There'll
Mm-hmm.
be somebody, yeah, I'm more close to that. Like, what do you think this is gonna end? If you already seen uncle, friend, brother already end up here, what do you think you can do it better? Why do you think you can do it better?
Right. I ain't gonna lie. One of the people that's gonna be in cattails. Listen, I done wrote these little scripts up. I just gotta read because okay, I'll talk to you. I'm not gonna tell y'all. Y'all just gonna see it. But I had to write the scripts up because it's gonna be in um, a storyboard type of situation where it's going to a little bit of visual in there. Right. This is why it's taking a minute. It's not because I'm working on it. But one of the episodes of Cattails has a story where, um, and actually that's the crazy part. And I'm not going to tell all the story. I'm gonna just give this piece of information. This is somebody that I was in the streets with, right? And eventually, time went past or whatever, and we linked back up. We broke up for a while, and then we linked back up, and then but he was still doing the same shit, and you get the full story in Cattails, but he was still doing the same shit. And I remember asking him like, "Yo, like so, you know, when we gonna switch shit up? Like, because we can't keep doing this shit forever. Like, look what it's not getting us nowhere." And the thing he said to me was, as long as my kids are fed and well dressed and taken care of and I'm good, fuck all the other shit. And I'm like, but what about the children that see you do this? You know what I mean? Like the other children that is coming up and watching you do what you do on the streets. And he was like, fuck, they not my kids.
I mean,
And I broke up with him that day.
damn. All right. I will say that, and this is this is the thing about being a man or being a male or being however you want to angle it. There
Mm-hmm.
is something that's always in the mind that I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it is just to maintain something.
Right.
And it could be from going to fight for your country. It could be just, hey, make sure my kids are good. It could be make sure my mom is good. There
The
is something
problem
that
that I
always
have with that, make sure my kids are good, is then you sit in front of these other kids and you give them $1 or $5 here or a $20 bill here, and you send them to the store. Go get you something from the store, like you being a saint, and you not being a saint.
developing options.
You feel me? Or you wind up recruiting them into the bullshit and the fuck shit that you doing. I have a problem with that. This is why I broke up with him that day. That's why I left him. And when I say I hadn't seen him for a good 5, maybe 6, 7 years before that, like before that conversation, and we linked back up and we started dealing with each other again. I didn't see him for another 10, 15 years after that because of that view. Like, so fuck everybody else, kids. You're gonna destroy them. You're not helping the kid. You're gonna destroy everything else just to make sure that your kids got the fucking newest Jordans. That doesn't make sense to me. You go outside, get a kid, here, take $5, take $5. Like that's doing something. Meanwhile, now they looking at you like, oh, well, I want to do what it is that he does. We know I'm not going to bullshit you. You know he was selling narcotic, but I sold narcotic at one point in time in my life. I just said, I can't do this shit. It's too dangerous. I done lost. Listen, I'm a cat, so I lost a lot of lives. I ain't got many. I wanted to keep the ones I had left. I had to get out that shit. I almost got hit by a car. fell out a third story window. Cattails ain't just about other people. It's about my fuck shit too. So I gotta get out of this shit. This shit is gonna kill me. But I think that was like one of the pivotal moments in my life. Like, yo, so it's just fuck everybody else, children. Like, fuck that. Like, nah, I can't deal with that. And to think I almost had a child by this ninja.
Well,
No,
we're kind of
I
weird, but
didn't on purpose. Go ahead.
I'm also thinking in a certain way too, and you can please say your difference in this. Maybe it's because you as a woman, you as a mother, or even just knowing that one day you could be a mother, which you kind of hinted to, you
Yeah.
see it completely different. Because even the way you tell me stories about when your daughter gets ready to go to school, how you kind of motherly encourage all the kids around. So you care about that. As
Yeah.
a man, you have to think about that and make that decision. Like, all right, yeah, if my family is good.
No, as a man, you don't make that decision because as a man, you know that it, and it's an old saying. I hate that we should have had that in the bag. It takes a village. So it ain't just your kids. It ain't because your kids could be hanging with the same kids that you out here like, well, it ain't my kids. Fuck everybody. Your kids start hanging with them, and guess what? Then they start misleading your kid and have your kid going the same direction you going in. That's
And
stupid.
right there, what you just said is a perfect point.
Because I know people who are females that do the same stupid shit. That's stupidity. That has nothing to do with gender.
Okay. But
That's
the way
plain
you
stupid.
said the whole thing about the village, that's a key point because I do believe that some people don't see it that way. And if you just said that, then I agree that on both sides
Just
there
told you
is.
a story about somebody who didn't see it that way, and that's why he got left the fuck behind. And guess what he is now? Now I'm gonna tell you what the fuck he is now. Now he don't be down there no more because my sister got him put out, but he was panhandling down the casino. That was his life at the end. The last I heard of him. So there's no upside to that. Your kids got the freshest Jordans. That don't. Where's the upside? Now your son out here because you are turned out and now getting high off of substances, the same shit you was selling. You feel me? And now your kid out here trying to do the same thing you was doing. It's a repetitive cycle. It doesn't change anything. And as long as you walk around with that mentality, well, as long as my kids, do you not think about the other children that you're affecting? It's never going to be greatness for you. It's always going to be misery for you. It's always going to be a ugly ass, despicable life for you if that's your way of thinking. Ain't nobody saying don't take care of your kids. The fuck, I take care of my kid. You feel me? But I'm also considering other people's children too.
Mm-hmm.
And those children seeing what it is that I'm doing. And then mind you, I tell people all the time, if you don't have it by 25, baby, let me get on my envelope. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Boo, 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 boo. You're never gonna get it. You're not gonna be a kingpin. You're not gonna be a kingpin. Now, if you did it before 25 and you still, you know what I mean, you know how to maintain the hustle, you might can make. But if you don't have it by 25, you never gonna have that shit. It's never gonna happen for you. And then even if you get it by 25, guess what? You're gonna have his issues.
Yeah,
So
it's a
there's
tough
no
one.
win in this situation.
Yeah.
There's no win. Now you fucking up other people's kids because you think. And mind you, this motherfucker was not in his 20s no more. He was at this point. No, he might have still been in his 20s because I hadn't got married yet. So yeah, he was still in his 20s, but he was older than me. So he was getting ready to hit. He was over 25. So he wasn't going to never get it. And he never did get it. I told you what he was doing at the end of the last thing I heard about him, which the story behind, that's why I'm like, I could tell that part because that ain't even half of the story I got to tell on this motherfucker. But last I heard of him, he was down at the Horseshoe Casino in downtown Baltimore panhandling the patrons of the establishment at their machines. See, God don't like ugly. He ain't too fond of cute either.
I
And
never
that
heard the part on the end of it.
and that was ugly. And that's proof that that's how shit go. Karma's a bitch. She patient bitch too. She patient as fuck. Stop playing with her. Anyway, but it ain't no excuse for that. If you make an excuse like, well, long as my kids are all right, then you're going to hell.
Damn. All right.
You're going to hell. You're going straight to hell. Anyway, you're going to hell because it's like, who thinks like that? What? Anyway, join the conversation. I would love for y'all to jump in these type of conversations that we be having because they very vital, important to the community too. And I definitely approve that message. Join the conversation. 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. That is the number. You could call in, you could text. If you call in, you live on air, you text. I'm reading your message out loud. If you drop a comment, I'm reading your message out loud and it'll be on the screen. Contact us for any reason at all. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com and ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Yes. Whoo, child. Putting that, I just added, I got to clear these lungs. I just added more to the shit that I got to say. Fuck. Listen, check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. And join our coffee community. So the fuck I could say fucking shit whenever the fuck I feel like it and tell people they're going to hell because they are. Listen, I cuss a lot, but my intention behind all these cuss words is good. It's for the greater good of mankind. Don't ever get it twisted. Now I want to say fuck when I do the shit sometimes. And shit, obviously, because I just said shit. Join our coffee community so I don't have to be so censored. And I can give you this good sermon, this good word, John the Baptist style. Big shout out and much love to our DJ, our residential DJ, and the man on the steels. On the wheels of steel, Rukazy. We love him over here. Shout out to Rukazy. And let us know how you feel about them fire mixes on Fridays. Listen, he be in here. Tell it to him. Say it to his face. Say it to his fucking face. Not too much on him, though. Because although the rest of the Harleys is in prison, the black one's still out. And I'm still out here. And Doc's still out here. And it's squabbled up. It's squad. Now, we ain't going against Uncle Sam for him, but we go against y'all niggas. I'm here to fight battles I can win. Or wars I can win. Big shout out to DJ Rukazy. We love you so much. We do. Listen, we know how to pick and choose our battles wisely around here. And nah, I ain't going up against Unc Sam and them. I ain't got time. Salute to Rukazy, Doc said. Listen, I ain't got time. That's a battle I'm not trying to fight. Listen, we have permission. Wait a minute, if it come on here. Listen, and I put that on the screen so that y'all know it's real. I have permission to play any video that I've ever played on this podcast, or any video that I will ever play on this podcast. I got written, visual, audio, freaking electronic, how you want it, I got it, right? So I don't take requests for that. That's why it's on the screen right now. I don't take requests because of that. Because I like to do it the proper way. I want permission before I play it, right? Then we don't take requests because my DJ is that guy. We just talked about him. I told you not too much on my DJ. He is that guy, and yeah, he don't need you telling him what to play. Let him rock out. What you should do is catch his vibe, pour something, roll something, light something, sip something, but don't be getting on his nerves. Not too much on my DJ name. Not too much on him. And always remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription that we can get. It is a free way to support this show. Like, and that support means everything to us. So do that, do that, do that. My name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message. Yeah, do that, do that, do that. All right. It is Thursday. We gotta get to some things. We gotta handle some household. It's Wednesday. We gotta prepare for Thursday. We gotta get to our household responsibilities. I'll tell you how much I don't want to do it. But the good thing is it's warmer outside, so it make
Warm
it
out. Yep.
make it a little bit easier. Because the wintertime trash runs was crazy. It's like that. I need my coat. I got, that's how you put it. You feel
Well,
me?
it ain't that big, but I know what you mean.
I need my hat. And if it's too cold, I need my gloves.
Okay.
Got different pairs of gloves for what I mean, for that. You feel me? They insulated, but they specifically for that job. Because I don't want to use my good gloves on taking the trash out. That's crazy. So anyway, but it is time for tonight's sermon. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Oh, is the organs ready? The organs ready.
Oh, no. I don't have that set. That was just funny the one time I did it. Do you have them?
Nah, I ain't got them yet, but I'm gonna get them because I need them organs. I need the organs.
Wait, what did I look for that last time? I forget.
No, but I need the organs. That was hot. That was some fire right
That
there.
was funny though, because I was.
And I'm like, you got the organs. Listen,
Hold on.
you got time because I got some things to say. Before you go downstairs and get your plates. Again, remember, wash the mac and cheese and wash that daggone potato salad because you don't know who made it. Don't. If Barbara made it, don't eat it. But anyway, today we are gathered here for me to tell you that you should mind your business because everybody's business is not your business. It's a safer way to live your life if you mind your business, except for on Media Mondays where I tell everybody's business because I don't give a shit. I don't. You shouldn't have business out there for me to tell, and I wouldn't be telling it. Simple. It's not rocket science. But my Media Monday, I'm definitely telling everybody's business. Tap in, I try not to, but sometimes it slip. I try not to though. But like a night like tonight, like the wiretap, I'm telling everybody's business. Listen, you got a court case. Oh shucks.
I don't get the other one.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I almost lost sight of my sermon this evening. The organs is in the background. I kind of like them in the background.
Okay.
Kind of like them in the background to give it the sermon a little bit more feeling.
Okay.
But listen, if by chance you are depraved, sinister, heinous, foul, disgusting, stupid, idiot, diabolical, I don't know if I said heinous, but heinous. Take it away, Doc.
Perverted, wicked. You could be debased. You could be toxic. That's a good one. That's a newer word a little bit. Menacing, scary. We don't even say scary. That's a basic one.
I know.
And my favorite one,
And then it makes
insidious.
me think about, because he be at the end of the, on the end, he be like, shit gets scary, crazy, spooky, hilarious.
We didn't even say spooky. And Kendrick say that.
But every time I listen to turn the TV on, and then when we get to the other part of the song, nigga be like, shit gets crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. I be like, dang, we be missing some words.
Yeah. And I just thought about like scary is one that's kind of simple. Spooky is another one. And I thought like, oh, what's a red flag? Toxic.
Toxic. Real talk. If you are any of those things, I just got the email from the email and the text message from Rukazy. We are a go for Friday. Stop playing with us. That's what I'm saying. That's why y'all not get ready to play with him. And say it to his face. He be on point. Listen, I just got all that. He be on point. But anyway, if you are any of those things and you have a case, you're hot. You got to be high profile. You got to be high profile enough for me to catch wind of it, and I got to be able to pull that case. And if I'm able to pull that case, my partner and Good and I will be reading it. We will. So don't be any of those things, and don't have a case, and don't let me be able to get it. If you're going to commit a crime, you might want to go to a state where they don't give me access to the files that easily, and I won't pull it. But if I can pull it, we reading it. It's that simple. Simple. It's simple. Why and why usually Doc and I tell more of our business versus everybody else's business, but you know we got to do that because we can't just be telling everybody else's business and not tell some of our business. And then cattails, I think you got a snippet of what that's gonna look like. Yeah, you got a little snippet tonight of what that's gonna look like. But I'm definitely telling people's business, my own included, but theirs too. So prepare yourself for that. But other than that, mind your business. Mind your business. Safe way to live your life. Safe way to live your life, child. Love your babies. Encourage your babies. Even the babies that's not your babies. Because I need people to just stop thinking that it just stop at your kid. No, that's selfish. Be a good person. Be a good human being. Love your babies. Encourage your babies. Have their backs. I know we don't always agree with all the things that they want to do as their parents, but even regardless, support them in whatever their endeavors are. And just tell them babies that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all times. They need that encouragement. They need that so much you will not believe. And even if you didn't get it, don't pass that bad shit, the bad juju's down to your kids. Be a better parent than your parent was. But tell your babies that they are the GOAT, the greatest of all time. They need that. They need that love. They need that encouragement. They need that shit. And so my name is Kat Lee, and I approve that message. Tell them babies that they the GOAT. And then on top of that, after you tell them, like if they want to work for NASA, tell them to be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, or whatever the hell else they do over there at NASA. I don't know. What I know is a space. And I also know you should get yourself a telescope, a good one. And now the summer is rolling around, so this is a good time. Take that motherfucker outside and go discover some shit with your babies. And don't get the kind that you be looking through your neighbor's windows with, you perv. Get a good kind. The girthy kind, assembly required, scopes, lenses, and beams comes along with it, and maybe an app if you go where I told you to go, which is National Geographic. They got really good ones. Yeah, get yourself a telescope. Go out there and discover some shit with your kid. Maybe you'll discover a meteor, a freaking comet. I don't know. A planet that's not a planet that they said was a planet, but now they saying it's not a planet. But fuck what they say, because it's always a planet in my opinion. As long as I had to build a solar system, it's a planet. God damn it. Sorry. I get emotional about Pluto. I take Pluto very serious, okay? It's very hard finding an item that you could put in your solar system that is small enough to be Pluto, okay? You can use an orange for the sun. Never mind. Anyway, you might discover a UFO. All I'm just saying is give me a couple of days before you call me. Wait till after they abducted your ass and then call me and be like, you know what happened to me? I got abducted. But don't call me. Give me like 2 or 3 days. After they probe you and send you back, then you could call me. But don't call me while you're getting probed. Don't call me when you see the UFO. I don't need to know that kind of information immediately. I'm a scaredy cat when it comes to that type of shit. Don't call me. If they go and abduct me and probe me, ain't gonna have nothing to do with you and everything to do with me. That's all I'm saying. They gonna get me on my own time and their own time, but they ain't gonna have nothing to do with you. So don't call me. And don't be giving them no referrals either. Like, you know who else you could probe? Don't do that
The
shit.
fuck?
Listen, cause ninjas will give a. Oh, you know who else? I got somebody else you could probe to. Don't do that shit to me. Go to your other neighbor. Don't do me. Boo. Don't do me. Anyway, if they want to work for NASCAR, tell them to be best NASCAR driver, pit boss, pit crew member, commentator, engineer, whatever the hell else they do over there in NASCAR. I don't know. They got a need for speed. And at one point in time, they used to love the muscle car. And I will always and forever love a muscle car. Listen, you know the saying, put the pedal to the metal. They wasn't talking about this fiberglass bullshit y'all got going on right now. They was not talking about no Tesla, any kind of vehicle that can return itself back to the lot. They was talking about shit with real engines, no computers, just oil, gasoline, spark plugs, I don't know, all the things that go in the car. But they wasn't talking about this new age bullshit. Yeah. They wasn't talking about that shit. They was talking about the metal type cars. Yeah. That if you got in an accident, you probably could survive. Because it was a lot of metal that had to you had to go through before it got to you. Okay? And I'm talking about the kind of cars like my mother Gran Torino that I never wore a seatbelt in. So every time she hit the corner, I was like, wait! I'm talking about those kind of cars. Yeah. Them kind. Muscle cars. But whatever they choose to do, just encourage them to be the best at whatever it is that they want to do. They need that encouragement. They need that love. And I think a lot of parents lose sight of the fact that it's not just about you, boo. It's about them too. And I don't give a fuck how old they are. It's your job to do that as their parent. So do it. Dumbass. Time for your fair warning. Here's the fair warning. Stay in your fucking lane. Don't jump in my shit. Your lane over there. My lane is over here. Stay the fuck over there. Okay? I'll tell you this with the intention of us continuing to be friends. Because the moment you jump into my lane, you're going to get something that you do not want. Do not break the glass. Do not push the button. You're going to get her. Yeah, you're going to get her. You don't want her. She's not nice. She's not kind. She's not sweet. She's the one that if you get her, you probably could have got over on some shit before you got to her. But once you get to her, you ain't getting over on me about shit. Because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So you don't want her. You want the 2-for-1 special, which is always a lovely, lovely deal, right? You want her. She's nice, sweet, kind, and cuddly. And you big purr bitches. You big fucking purr, you bitches. Or you want her. The 2-for-1 special. I'm going to tell you why. Listen. Sorry, I had to do the little dance to go along. I don't know. It was a dance. It was a dance. Listen. If you get them two, what you need to know, you big fucking purr. What you need to know is if Cat is crying, Cat is a happy girl. You get them two, you got them made in the shade. You chilling. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You get that first one, I would be concerned. I would totally be concerned. Plus, what usually happens when you jump into other people's lanes is a collision. Who the fuck needs that? I don't need that for me. I don't need that for Doc. I don't need that for you. So just stay the fuck in your lane and everybody will be cool and copacetic and peaceful. Then all of us can be hip-hop hippies. And I must say this again. My name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message.
Bing. I don't got a soundboard, so I can't do none of that.
I know. I got to figure it out. I got to change some sound effects around. The crazy part is the new system. I could put sound effects in there too, so I'm gonna figure this out. I got a lot of plans this weekend for the studio. I had to make a little diagram of what I wanted to do. So one of the things I do want to do is make sure that I get our sound effects up to date. So I'm gonna look for. I know I need some organs. I
The,
need ding.
the ding.
I don't know. Do I
Give me
need
the Jamaican horn. Brum, 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 brum.
this one?
All right, you got it. Come selected now. Rewind. Gunshot mean fast forward.
I got that one, so I'm cool.
Let me stop.
I'm cool with that one for right now. That's not the one I wanted, the double horn, but I'll take that horn because I wanted to be like, brr, 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 you know, yeah,
Mhm.
whatever. All right, but I need the sparkle sound too. So I got a list of noises that I need to.
Probably. Oh,
Huh?
I was gonna say probably because we do the wiretap. Probably police sirens,
Oh yeah, that's a good
or
one.
like the whole thing when they're doing surveillance.
Yeah, I
One
mean,
of those.
okay. We might need to do that. We might need to do that. I like that idea right there. We might need to do that too. There's some other sound effects on here, but I don't know. But anyway, the point is, mind your business. I mean, stay in your lane. Well, mind your business. Tell your babies they to go, and then stay in your fucking lane, and everything is copacetic. Okay. Um, Listen. Pick and choose your battles wisely. See how this war thing comes back around, especially on this podcast. Comes back around. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fight. I know yesterday some people felt like I was going in on a little octoroon. I was not. I was going in on his daddy because Kendrick said his daddy is not a black man. He, the little octoroon, according to Kendrick, is a black man. Okay? You know, I remember Kendrick apologized for him being his father, and then he told him that he was a black man. Yeah. It's not the octoroon I was coming for. It was his daddy. Because he don't think he black enough. But anyway, so oh no. Listen, pick and choose your battles wisely. Obviously, I'm still in this nigga's soul, myself personally. So obviously he did not pick and choose his battles wisely. Um he didn't. And he's still not because the case is still in existence. And he don't listen to me. So as long as he don't listen to me, I feel like it is my duty to dig in. Petty Boots, aka Baby Caligula, aka Little Boots, aka Drake's ass. I do. It's it's my duty because you're not picking and choosing your battles wisely. So somebody got to do it. Niggas acting bad, but somebody got to do it. I got to do it. I've been giving that
I
some.
I would be slightly honest.
What?
There is something kind of weird that he still hasn't dropped it because I'm like, it's kind of read the room, all that shit. He still hasn't dropped it. That's kind of weird to me.
And now he want them to expose. They the record company. They can expose all of your little dirty, dark little secrets. Stupid. Drop the case. God damn.
It's weird. It's really
It
weird.
is because but he got that syndrome. Some people will keep fighting because they feel like they have to keep fighting because they can't. You know what I mean? They look crazy if they stop fighting. But no, this is not one of those cases, Drake.
You've already crossed that line.
Yeah, you need to stop fighting already. Petty boots. You need to stop it now. But he not gonna. It's like that. It's a terminology for it. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But he's one of those people who will continue to fight even though they've lost. And in this case, a few times. But he will still keep fighting because he feel like he's trying to save face. If I keep the case, then I'm saving face. You not.
That's
You look,
already gone.
you look stupid. You already look stupid when you threw the daggone slipper. And then they found it in Sydney. Shout out to Australia. Hi, Australia. They listen. Yeah, you look stupid then. But I wasn't talking about the little actor, and I like him. He's a cutie. What's his name? Adonis? Yeah, I wasn't talking about. I wasn't going in on Adonis. I like Adonis. He's a cutie pie. But yeah, pick and choose your battles wisely. His father obviously does not know how to do that. I hope that he does not pick up those traits. We don't need another one of those in this world. Plus, he lied. He's a liar. He's a liar because he said he studied hip hop. But if he studied hip hop, he would know that Mobb Deep said it a long, long time ago. And they was predicting the future. They didn't even know they was predicting the future. They said that there is a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it. They also said you, Petty Boots, can run, but you can't hide forever. And these streets that we done took, they said, baby Caligula, you walking around with your head down, scared to look. And they said, little Boots, you shook. Because ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. And then they probably could have ended it with AKA Drake, but they didn't end it that way. Mama say, mama go say. My mantra. But yeah, he lied. Don't use him as an example of what your life should be like, because he's not a good example. Okay? Don't use him as your influence, because he's a liar. Worry about the war. Don't worry about the battles. The battles will get you nowhere. The war will get you everywhere you need to be. And pick and choose the battles wisely. Don't try to fight Uncle Sam and them. You're going to lose that one. You're going to lose that one every time. Try to fight the battle that they fight. You're going to lose. Anyway, what's the other thing I want to say? Oh, be you. Be amazingly you. Be authentically you. Be genuinely you. Even if they say they hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, and the way that you dress. And even if it's double down, even if DMX said it first and then Kendrick came and said it, it's okay. You can dress weirdly and talk like a Canadian. That's okay, because you're a Canadian. And you can't help how you walk. But drop the case already, you stupid ass. Sorry, I'm not bad. But it's okay. All those things are okay, because that's what makes you you. I will say this though: what they eat does not make you shit. Literally, it does not. If they put it in their mouth, you not shitting the shit out. It's that simple. You can't make people happy. You can add to their happiness, but you cannot make them happy. So focus on your happiness. If they are just in their minds determined to be miserable, then let them stay their miserable asses over the fuck there. Don't bring that miserable shit near me. Because then you do that, then I gotta bring her out. I don't want to bring her out. Leave her where she at. But keep that miserable shit away from me. Please. Please. I beg of you. Please. You came in this world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself, even if you are a twin. I'm rushing past that because I don't want to think about the idea of having no more children. I'm not about to be 46. I do not. Listen, you will spend your life trying to... Okay. You will spend your lifetime trying to fix whatever it is that they make you feel you did wrong or you doing wrong. And you spend a lifetime trying to fix that shit, and it won't work, because then they'll find something else to bitch about. So stop it. Just stop. And then last but not least, dream. Dream big. Dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe. Exceeds the universe. And then once you realize and visualize the dream, baby, plan to execute. Because it ain't going to happen if you don't have a plan and you don't actually execute that plan. But your dream can happen. Don't let nobody tell you that it can't happen or that your dreams are futile or whatever, because they had the dream too, and it might have worked out for them or it might not have. But it's always going to be somebody trying to tell you that your shit is bullshit, but they're bullshit. So they can shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Told you I'm a custom pastor. Now, I would like to thank our deacon Doc over here.
I'm a deacon now.
He's also a professor at Ambitiously University.
Damn,
Yeah.
I'm a deacon. I'm a professor. I'm the organist.
You wear many hats.
Oh, all right. Big salute to me.
You wear many hats. All right. A nigga once asked me why you was on the show. He wears many hats. He's a deacon. He's a professor. and the organist for our church.
I'm here because Cat allows me to be here, and I enjoy being here.
And he wears many hats.
And I
Don't
wear
forget.
many hats.
I told you what he is. He's the deacon, the professor, and the organist. Yeah. And we would like to thank you this evening, sir, for holding it down like you always hold it down.
Well, thank you for having me. I always appreciate it. It's always fun. Um, yeah, it's always enjoyable. I mean, my last thing is this case is just getting funny because I'm like, I'll be real too. This case to me, the more and more I kind of think about this stuff, it's like this is kind of like, and I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it. This is old niggas try to do young nigga shit.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna be real with you on it. I mean,
I'm gonna pull that up the next time we come back to this case, because it's a story about him telling Nip that they gotta run the fade, right? And this
yeah.
is how you know this an old nigga trying to do young nigga shit, right? He told Nip that they gotta run the fade, and the story is that Nip was around him so much that this nigga got tired.
No, look. I am not as old as you probably. Well, I'm not as old as I look, but I know I'm like I'm getting to the age where I can understand full blown old nigga shit.
But mind you, Big U is older than us. So he trying to fight a little young nigga and
Yeah.
Nipsey. And Nipsey is running circles around this nigga to the point where he got tired. That is an old nigga trying to do young nigga shit. That was just an example. And I'm going to pull the story up so y'all know I'm not lying.
I believe you. I'm just saying. The more and more I think about this and the overlay of.
That's just going to what you just said, though. Yes, it's an old nigga trying to do young nigga shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm mostly thinking about the young nigga shit as in you could have had a podcast. Why'd you want to really call it check in? You could have called it anything,
Not
but no,
even just this podcast, this is lifestyle, period. It's an old nigga trying to do young nigga shit. On period. I don't even want to specify just one thing, just all of the things.
All right. Well,
You old nigga. You out here. You old. You about to die soon. And you want to be out here acting like a crazy person.
I want all people to live as long as they possibly can, especially us black
But the
people.
reality of it, we don't live in biblical times where niggas live 100, live 200, 300, 400 years no more. We live in niggas barely make it to 65.
And look, I want every person, especially if you're melanated, to be healthy. Have your vices, have your joy.
But I'm not gonna lie. I want all that too. I'm not gonna lie though. Y'all know I don't do that over here. The nigga is about to die soon. You can't be trying to do young nigga shit.
Look, now you made me think of something like, wait, maybe he was on some YOLO. Maybe he was on YOLO now.
But the point is, you about to die soon. Enjoy the rest of your life. Stop trying to be a young nigga and be a grown up for once in your life. Okay. But anyway, yo, we gotta get up out of here. We got duties to attend to. Mm-hmm. But of course,
some old folk shit to do.
Yeah, we got. Now I don't know if that's old folk shit, but that's grown folk shit. Okay. We got duties. We got duties to tend to. And plus, then I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up and tend to my parently duties. Listen, okay. I love y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. If you an old nigga, just be an old nigga and be good at that. If you a young nigga, stop doing young nigga shit and get your life together. Cause you can see what happens when you try to be an old nigga. You an old nigga trying to be a young nigga. Don't get it together. Anyway, y'all, we gotta get up. We gotta go. We gotta get up out of here. It's all love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for showing the love and support. And we will be back on Friday because we already got the heat. We ready. So we will see y'all on Friday. And good night. Bye, y'all. My name is Kat Lee, and I approve this message.
Ding.
Good night, y'all. Bye.
Oh,